Yeah. That was pretty cool getting to be on Fraga's this morning.
Couch Doodles.
Yeah, well, that's what it felt like. It felt like the old Couch Doodles show, honestly.
Well, I think
that's what he
what
used
he
to do.
labeled it was Couch Doodles.
I didn't know you were going to hit live. What's up, everybody?
What's up? This has been coming for a long time.
That's right.
So don't blame
That's
me.
right.
Yeah, we'll do the short version. As long as I don't hit end stream, I think we're good.
The devil fire is coming for you.
Indeed, it is. Quite the lively chat here. We've got Shadowhawk in the house and Omer Glitch and other lurkers.
What's
sure.
up?
Yeah. I guess we can
How
back
was everybody
this away,
today?
Huh? There we go.
There we go.
Little,
See,
little
now you can see all the
room.
cool stuff. Yeah,
That's
well, a little
right.
breathing room, and you can see all the books. You know, clearly we don't like books at all. None of us. None of us like books. What's up, Shadowhawk? How you doing, bro?
What's happening, Luke? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Just,
Don't
getting
mind
stuff
Mama
done in
over
the
here.
studio.
Yeah, I thought you and Chad, man. I mean, we stopped talking. I know it was past 1 o'clock last night after Topicless, and to see you and Chad over there on Couch Doodles with Fraga, I was a little bit surprised. I was like, did they get any rest at all? You know?
Oh yeah,
Peter
I power
in the
sleep.
house. Hey, Peter. Hey, Carrie.
What's up? What's up, Carrie?
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah, I'm looking for a flying feline. Is she going to be in here? I mean, Luke's here.
I don't know. She might pop in. I know that she's in the midst of moving furniture, I think, around the house.
I think
was everything all right yesterday? Right? We noticed she didn't do the show yesterday.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff that she is working on. She is actually working on her website. Yep, she's getting her personal website up and running. Well, her business website, because she makes a bunch of jewelry, a bunch of awesome jewelry, all handmade stuff. So yeah, she's been taking pictures of that, cataloging it, and getting her website built. So that's why she didn't do a happy hour yesterday. It will return, though.
Are you going to be sing along with Doom anytime soon?
Yes, actually, I probably will. I've been meaning to get back to doing the sing along of Doom. I did one last year, and that was the first one I had done in like 2 years.
Proud of that.
That's been a while.
Yeah. It had been a while. Yeah, I do indeed. But yeah, the sing along kind of took a backseat once I started doing more promotion streams and more art streams. And then I started drawing a book myself, Mercenary Guild, which is out now in Indiegogo.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at that. Get some business out of the way. I am over on Rumble right now. I'm going to drop the chat over there. I don't know. Have you tried Rumble, streaming from Rumble or anything with Rumble?
I haven't. I have set up an account. I have yet to actually do anything with it yet.
Same here till today. Yeah.
Yep.
And I pulled the trigger and got in, and I need some subs. I need at least 5 subs to stream live off of there. So, and they have, so here's the link in the chat. Go over there and please sub to my Rumble. And, maybe we'll use that as an alternative to StreamYard. What do you think about the StreamYard kind of doubling in price?
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think it's absolute horseshit. I mean, I've been using StreamYards for a long while now, and it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, they've added a few features, but I mean, really, the biggest thing about StreamYards is being able to highlight the chat and to run little intros and stuff like that. But I mean, you can do the same thing with other streaming applications. I mean, hell, OBS can do most of that stuff, and OBS is free. You just got to find the right plugins for it. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been working Restream. I don't know if you've ever tried Restream. It's a little different.
No, I've heard of Restream though. I've heard that that it's pretty decent.
I got to get the artwork section out. Some people have seen this, some they haven't.
Bolton Man.
Bolton Man. This one's Dreamweaver. I did that on Topic List last night.
Nice.
Cosmic
Heck yeah.
Kirby crackle there.
What kind of markers are you using?
Azure from Walmart, and then I bought these other markers that I got at 5 and Below, believe it or not.
I mean, hey, I like 5 Below. 5 Below, I've gotten a couple of just knock around sketch pads. You have your nice sketch pads that have the really nice paper, and you want to save those for when you're feeling like a high end artist. And then you go to 5 Below and you grab one of the cheap $5 pads, and you use it for ideas and color testing and stuff like that. Like this. You draw random pen stuff on there.
Wow, that's a big one. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah. But
so paperweight, probably about 60, 70 pounds, right?
I mean, I don't even know if it's that. Let's see. It doesn't even actually say. This is the one. HQ finesse something or other.
Made in China.
Yeah. I mean, it's this is technically marker paper, but it works. I mean, it's just so you got
a little bit slick vellum finish.
Yeah, probably. It's definitely a smooth finish, but See, I did this ideation sketch for one of the sketch covers I did for Venomous Vixen. So
sweet, yeah. Oh,
so I mean, one of my favorite things to do with this,
You're leveling up.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. One of my favorite things to do with those pads is just to use a ballpoint pen and draw on it, because when you use a ballpoint pen, you can't erase, so you can't get caught up in your own head, and you draw, you just go for the figure. And you can shade with it if you want. I mean, it's a lot. Ballpoint pens are fun, but you're not worried about it. Sometimes the nicer sketchbooks you get too precious with them, and
Peter, aka Pad here, he definitely hits up the 5 and Below marker set.
Absolutely should do it. Good stuff.
My friend Elsie, not going to do an unboxing. Already unboxed it. He had something else in there. Luis Dominguez cover. Oh, there you go. 040 center.
If your camera would cooperate, it'd be it'd be great to see.
Yeah.
Is it
your camera's like no?
Yeah,
potato cam.
It's gone full potato.
Wow. Okay.
Like I could read ghosts, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, we do have some thunder in the background, and I'm sorry, and I do have a million things open, so let me try and close some of that out.
Yeah, you are.
Rex's computer is just screaming for help.
Yeah. Well, it is storming here, or apparently going to storm. I went to get. Did I even bring it in here? I got some art supplies from Hobby Lobby to ink with. Oh, here it is. No, that isn't it. And I went to the dollar store afterwards, and I've heard about this, but not seen it. Just use the entire 5 Below line. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, use whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance.
Well, Peter.
Hey, Hex.
Rex Street. Yeah. What's up, Hex?
Hex Allen and
howdy, Hex.
Miss you, Hex.
What I bumped into, one of those displays.
Oh wow!
That has the reprints, and I got one of each, so everybody could see.
Okay, well, I can read Flash and Rebirth, and that's. That's his head and shoulder. Okay, there we are.
Yeah.
Back it up, Rex. You're reflecting off your monitor. Back up. There you go. That's a little better.
Yeah,
cool.
It's these tend to hold air, these poly bags, so it's not the greatest on the
it's
spine,
a sealed one. Got it. Okay. Did you find that at Walmart?
No, at Dollar Tree. They've been saying that DC Comics has been putting stands in there, and sure enough, DC set up slatted stand
Yeah.
in the stationery area, and I just happened upon it and thought you guys might want
That's
to
awesome.
see
Yeah, that's
what
cool.
books I got.
Yeah, I've been waiting for them to show up in my Dollar Tree, and they're not there yet. Oh, and they're doing Green Lantern Rebirth too. Excellent.
Nightwing, yeah.
Or Nightwing,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought that was Green Lantern's mask at
Well,
first.
there's plenty of Green Lantern in here. In fact, there's an Ethan Van Sciver cover.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, are those the old books that they just had still sitting? They're
yeah,
not
some of them
reprints,
are like
right?
New 52. See, yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I might actually have to
They're
pick some of those up.
$3.99 originally, so $4 a pop. You get them for $1.50. But you got to get there early because and the air gets in these things, and they seem to have all the same back here, ad or whatever, maybe Q code there for something. Not the best setup, but if you get there early, you might catch them. Wire cover.
And was it like an end cap Rex, or was it right there in the stationary aisle? Was it like on the end of it?
Like on the next aisle from the stationery, yeah. In mine,
That's
they
cool.
could put it anywhere, but got Green Arrow.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out mine. I actually asked the manager at my store a couple weeks ago, and she hasn't even heard nothing about it yet.
Teen Titans.
Cool.
Now, Damian Wayne Robin.
The son of Batman, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
and
would be his son,
what's her name, right?
Talia.
Talia, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Talia Al Ghul.
She's
You gotta love that name.
Here's the Ethan cover right here. So, Rebirth, Green
Very
Lantern,
cool.
Hal Jordan.
This would be a lot cooler if I, actually read DC Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big DC guy, but
well, when's the last time you bought comics out in the wild, though?
And when's the last time you got a new comic for $1.25?
On that game.
When was the last time you bought gas for $1.25 a gallon? Anyway.
When I was
it wasn't quite that low, but the last time Trump was in office.
When I was a wee lad, there was gas was $0.25, I believe. Believe it or not, Luke.
Yes, well, they had just discovered a deposit of dinosaurs then, right?
So fuel, exactly.
It's a misnomer, but anyway. To answer your question, it has been years and years and years since I've seen comics out in the wild. When they had comics in Walmart, when DC was doing the comics in Walmart for a little bit, I saw some of those there, and those were pretty cool. They had some old stories,
except one. I missed the 80th anniversary Batman issue. Other than that, and Target did a few during that time too.
I also saw Nora's Saga and Red Rooster and stuff like that in Walmart, and it was cool to see in Walmart, but they were all dinged up. Like
they put a sticker on my first 2 issues of Nora's.
Yeah, they put stickers all over the covers. Like they should have been polybagged like these are.
I guess I got lucky at my Walmart because I found all the number ones of that. What was the name of that group that Kelsey was working with?
I think this was the first
the Nora Saga and the Red Rooster, and so I got all the number ones. But when I went back looking for number twos, they had moved the rack somewhere, and I could never find it.
And I heard that it was in the pharmacy at that one, at the book section.
There was no consistent placing for any of them.
Consistent.
No,
it didn't go over well at all. It only lasted 3 issues here in town.
Yeah, I only saw the first 2. Omer Glitch, is that better on my microphone? I wasn't trying to blow everybody's eardrums out.
Oh, look at that one.
That's cool. And Carrie, the reason why the covers aren't visible on the campaign, you'll have to talk to Brian from Shattermare about that. He's the one that set up the campaign. I was just a hired gun on this book. I drew the book and inked it, and then we had W. Frank Walk coloring it. So Brian is the one that set up the campaign, and there should be extra, should be extra pictures eventually. So
that brings up my next question, Luke. Are you done with the artwork, or are you still working on it?
I'm done with the first issue. So I guess it depends on how well the first issue does to see if there's a second issue. Yeah.
Second question: are you going to be open for commissions anytime soon?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hit me up, man.
Cool. Yeah, I'll hit you.
Sounds good.
I'm finally working on something myself, Luke. So
Right on, brother. Right on. Okay, so that's the main cover. That's going to be on all the different campaigns that we do. That's going to be like the stock cover, and that's my artwork. Frank Walk, W. Frank Walk's colors, and that's the trade dress. I created the logo as well. I made the logo.
Oh, yeah.
William,
I was going to ask you about that. I couldn't remember who did the logo. Yeah, it's great.
William came up with kind of like the idea. I found a font that was similar to what he had drawn out. And then, I added the crossed swords and, did my graphic design things.
The fire, yeah. The heated metal look. It looks bright.
It was we were trying to lean into the whole Iron Age thing,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going? Because I saw Ethan say something about, the Iron Age, there really wasn't an Iron Age. It was just, I don't know. He had some criticism for it. Do you think there's actually an Iron Age movement? I don't know.
Well, the funny thing about comic ages is they usually don't get named anything until after they're done. The Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age. I mean, when the Bronze Age was like, the regular comics that were coming out, it was called the Modern Age. And then it kind of got moved to the Bronze Age because we moved past it and we had a new Modern Age. So only time will tell what this age of comics is. But I mean, I would venture to say that we are kind of in a new renaissance of indie comics right now because there are so many creative people that want to make comics, and we are able to connect with our audiences so much more easily than we used to be able to, right? Having this conversation, I'm able to talk to you. What up, Tank? Good to see you, man.
I'm
able to talk to you guys from across the country, right? I'm able to talk to my audience, on a weekly basis on Topic List, me and Jason. Able to promote different books from all over the place to people. This, coupled with going to conventions and meeting people face to face, I think it's going to bring about even more love for indie comics.
I think so.
People often talk about, oh, manga's beating us. Yeah, you know why? Because they're telling good stories. They're entertaining their audience. If we go back to doing that and have good artwork that's visually engaging, then we'll do the same thing. I mean, look at the stuff that's successful currently. It's visually engaging. It tells an entertaining story, and people pick it up.
Your 5 top writers that you enjoy in comics, not novels or other things.
In comics. Let's see.
PBR.
What's up, PBR? I would say top 5 writers in comics. Mark Miller, or Millar, however you want to say it. Technically, it's Miller, but he likes it when people say Millar because it makes him sound quite posh. Let's see. Warren Ellis. I still like Warren Ellis' stuff. All Transmetropolitan. I mean, all the stuff that he did for Avatar back in the day. Absolutely fucking love. Let's see. Who else do I got back here?
Can somebody be a douchebag, turn out to be a douchebag, and still a good writer?
I mean, I'm sure.
I mean, look at Mark Waid.
Yeah.
It does kind of jade. It just kind of jade you reading their stuff, though, doesn't it?
It does. And it certainly can. But, sometimes you got to separate art from artist or, the creator. But, yeah. I never thought Mark Waid was all that good. He wrote Kingdom Come, but I mean, the weight of that story was really dependent upon, Alex Ross's artworurt. Let's be honest here.
Sure. Yeah. Waid was never. I mean, Kingdom Come was like his high water mark.
And he kind of rode that into the ground,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it couldn't circumvent his absolutely horrible reputation.
You conservative?
No, I mean, from all reports, the guy is just a raging.
Oh, he's just an asshole. Yeah. Like, literally, getting so angry with somebody on the phone that he bashes the phone on the desk, punches holes in walls of offices.
My
favorite
every
was
office he ever had holes all over the place.
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
He's tiny man syndrome with anger issues.
I mean,
But
it's one thing to throw a tantrum when you're at home in the garage or something, right? But when
right.
you're at fucking work and you're punching holes in the walls, dude, what the hell kind of work environment is it?
And
Well, I mean, and he's so much of an asshole that he sent somebody he didn't like a dozen black roses when dude's wife died of cancer.
Yeah, I heard
Like,
about that. Yeah.
fuck you to infinity and beyond, Mark Wade, for that vile shit right there. You heartless fuck.
Oh, dude, well,
Anyway.
yeah, I heard some shit just the other night that was just as vile from somebody in our current community, man. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, it's some fucked
look,
up
I
shit.
gotta tell you
Hey,
this.
that is a Mattel Lone Ranger comic.
Yeah, Lone Ranger comic game with graphics on the card by Jack Kirby.
Wow.
I'm gonna pop out and restart my phone and come back because all I can hear is robot action over here.
That's no good. And yes, Tank, there's hope for you yet, man.
Get my quarterback. So,
Man.
what have you been reading lately, Luke? I got to ask you that.
The other day I read Hard Boiled by Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow. My God, that book is gorgeous. I mean, I don't think anybody else could have drawn that book except for Jeff Darrow because of the detail and like some of the detail and like the grisly just, violence of that book could only be illustrated by Jeff Darrow in his infinitely detailed, meticulous style and some of the wide shots with all the people and the crowds. And yeah, it's a fantastically awesome book. If you guys have never read it, I highly recommend it.
You're like me, you like a good audio book.
Oh, I fucking love audiobooks, man. When I'm inking pages, that's what I usually listen to is an audiobook. That's how I get my novels in. I've got too many comics to read to catch up on. So when I want to read a novel, I'll listen to an audiobook.
Do you binge read like trade paperbacks or stuff like that?
Yeah, I do. I actually have a stack right next to my bed that I try to go through every night.
I know.
Yeah. I just recently finished Exiled by Adam Lawson. Wesley Snipes and Adam Lawson. That's good stuff, man. I love cyberpunk, and this was really well done cyberpunk. Esquivo did the artwork.
Wasn't Exiled through, or at least originally, wasn't it through Alterna? No.
Exiled.
Oh, different Exiled.
Yep. I think you might be thinking of Exilum, the other book. That was from Alterna. But yeah, this is Adam Lawson and Wesley Snipes and Esquivo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yep.
did Wesley Snipes did a thing. Yeah.
Yep. This is really good. You were asking about my top 5. Adam Lawson is definitely one of my top 5 writers in comics right now.
Okay. Wow, that's high praise indeed. So we got
dude, Adam's
Miller,
great.
We got Lawson and what was the other one?
Warren Ellis. So far,
Warren Ellis, and who else?
Mm-hmm.
2 more.
2 more. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, you kind of have to look over your spinner rack.
Yeah. In comics right now, huh? Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel Warren Johnson does some fucking great shit. I mean, he's a writer-artist, but if you ever read Murder Falcon, it's just fucking great. His Better Ray Bills miniseries was fucking great. He's killing it on the Transformers right now. So Daniel Warren Johnson, I think, would be another one. Dude loves comics. He loves comics and loves, telling good stories.
You're into that. Transformers. You're right in that era, right? Silverhawks and
I still have my Silverhawks
and Thundercats. And all that.
Yep.
Right?
I still have my Thundercats. Got my Thunder Tank. My Cat Slayer. Bruh, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a Thundercats license plate right up there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of dark.
I've got a full size replica Sword of Omens that lights up. I was big Thundercats fan.
So how'd you get into comics? I take it you're more of an indie Marvel guy.
Yeah,
Back
my
in the
dad
day.
got me into comics. Actually, he got me some comics when I was 3 years old, and I couldn't read them. Spider-Man, Batman, and the Fantastic Four were the first 3 comics I ever had. The Spider-Man books were like the small like digest size reprints of Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. Spider-Man. Yeah, about that size. But they had like a square bound spine. And then it was the New Adventures of Batman. And I remember the cover of the first Batman book that I ever got. It was a yellow cover with a big rolling like pinball coming down at Batman and Robin and Two-Face. Yeah. Yeah, man.
I had a whole library of these things when they came out,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They started at 95 cents for 100 and ended about $1.75 by the end of it,
Yep.
Adventure Comics was published for 2 years before it was canceled in digest form. I mean, how cool would it been if they would have brought it back from digest form back to original size, which they eventually did back in like 2009 or something around there, but it was way too late. It was a different series. But
yeah,
it's an anthology. You can do anything with it, and you got to cancel it after you hit 503 issues. You just celebrate.
I mean, if they're not selling anymore, that's the biggest thing is like, does it sell?
Yeah, but
are they making the money off of it?
Avengers, I mean, they did the new Avengers and they recast it and put Wolverine very popular, Spider-Man very popular, or Spider-Woman maybe on there. Whatever, they put their most popular characters on there for a little while,
right?
Until sales pick up. I mean, it had been everything from Vigilante to Spectre to Legion of Superheroes to Superman to Batman at times, probably. I mean, Adventure Comics had been everything at some time. Just put and up to its demise was Dial H for Hero, which and then they went to digest side and they made Shazam stories, kind of like you were talking about the Walmart 100 pagers,
right?
Which I got all of them except one, which was 2 years of living hell trying to come up with enough money to get the whole line. But I did it, and the one I missed just wasn't available. And these were regional. That makes it even, And then toward the end, they started doing putting them in the stores, which kind of diluted it, the collectability of it. You did have like the daughter of Jonah Hex making her first appearance. Right. And then they had a story where Lois Lane was killed again and again and again and again in like different panels. And that one became popular with people.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had variant covers there toward the ends because they did start selling them in the stores. And sometimes the stores would have like a couple different covers, I think, for those things. So you might have had as much as 3 covers for them. The one at Walmart and the 2 at, at the store. But
I can understand having variant covers for different retail locations. That's cool. Where I have a problem with variant covers is when they get overly abundant. I used to work in my LCS. I worked there for, God, almost a decade.
And you know how it is. I mean, if no one's ever worked in a comic book store, I had a comic book store in 82 and 83, right at the advent of direct sales. And it's a whole new beast, isn't it, Luke?
Yeah, it's very different. And that was back when you were running the shop. That was before they really kind of leaned into this whole variant cover thing. The variant covers back then were kind of few and far between. They were rare. Now, every new issue comes out with 3 or 4 variant covers, at least. I remember when they did Batman 1000, Superman 1000 at DC. That book, Batman 1000, literally had 25 variant covers. Well, 25 variant covers.
46 for Action Comics number 1000.
Yep.
Something like that. That's crazy. That sounds like a Kickstarter, Luke.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, that's the thing. If I see a variant cover that I like, I'll buy that one, and that's it. I'm not going to buy a regular one or a couple of different variant covers. It's just not. I'm not going to do it. Now if it's on a crowdfunding campaign, and there are only 2 variant covers, and I really like the project. Yeah, I'll back both of those covers. Like for Jason's Absolute One Stormy Night, I got both of those covers just because there's only 2 of them. And it's super easy to get.
I'll
But
usually
yeah,
go up to like 3 unless they have like an everything all in tier. So if they do
Right.
put out their variants, okay, throw it in the box.
Kind of like I did on my campaign, right, Shadow?
Yes.
Yeah. Although
just
I haven't
don't go crazy
revealed
with
the
it.
Jimmy Reyes cover yet.
Yeah, just don't go crazy with it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I quit collecting to start with. It was just too many crossovers, too many fucking
You got to be a
variant
millionaire to
covers
collect
everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, see,
I'm
this
spending
is
$400 or $500 a month at my local comic book shop, dude. That's far too much.
Jesus. I mean, it's great for your local comic shop. They need that revenue, but damn, it should be on like new cool shit that you're reading, not variant covers.
Yeah,
They
well, this was back
crossover issue
in
like
'99
Alpha
when I quit, Luke. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it was that bad to me back then.
It drove you
It's
out
just
man.
crazy.
Well, I mean, Batman's No Man's Land. That's probably the longest type thing in the 90s or maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure when it was, but it ran for like 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it must have been late '90s, early 2000s.
My thing is, I think it was an Alpha Flight. I bought it, and it was part of one of Marvel's yearly things. And then what really nailed it for me, they made an announcement a while back. I don't know if this ever transpired or what happened, but they were saying we're going to have 2 events, one every 6 months. And I'm like, mother, come on, they're not that good. The quality slips. If they were giving you, when it first started out and they made things exclusive like Camelot 3000, that was the first mega series that I know, maxi series rather, of 12 issues, limited, but they called it a maxi series. And then Omega Men, I think you could only get that at, and maybe even Marvel Age back then, a book about comics, was only found in the stores. And another one that wasn't on the stands at the time was Marvel Fanfare, which was slick stock and a little nicer quality, Started
I had
off
a
with
hell
the
of
X-Men.
a time finding Marvel Fanfare. I only found like 3 issues the whole time I was.
Yeah. And,
I remember seeing a few issues here and there, but that was like later, like when they started redoing Marvel Fanfare, in the late '90s.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever found any of the old issues of Marvel Fanfare.
What was the early Marvel part? Fanfare, what was that? '80s, Rex? Late '80s?
Early '80s. It started in the early '80s, in like
early
83.
'80s. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I only ever found like 2 or 3 of them out in the wild. And
first 4
I
issues
got them
was
whenever
X-Men.
I found them. But
I think it was Paul Smith artwork, maybe in that. I can't remember.
I don't remember who was in the one.
And I know issue 6, we carried that in the store. That was a Scarlet Witch story. Maybe P. Craig Russell's cover. I don't know. All right, Luke, you owe me one more writer.
One more writer. That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna have to go with Von Klaus. Von Klaus is one of my favorites. Especially in this indie scene. I've picked up pretty much everything that he's put out so far. I missed the Witch Hunter one, but
oh yeah, I got
the Black Terror and Monster MD. And then Psycho Killers.
Baby, I got that one. That's thick. That's a big one. Yeah, and it delivered quick. When they shut that down, it wasn't but about 2 months. They had it in my hands after that.
I'll tell you what, Monster MD is still in my top 10 of CG books that I've backed since 2018.
Here's my Von Klaus collection. Black Terror, Psycho Killers, the little preview book, and then Monster MD. Yeah, I actually got an extra one of these Monster MDs, and I took it into the comic shop and sold it, because I wanted other people to read it, But yeah, Von Klaus, one of my favorites. Adam Lawson, definitely one of my favorites. And
Yeah,
then Daniel Warren Johnson, Warren Ellis, and Mark Millar. Those are my top 5 currently working writers in comics.
I see some like full, embossment and things like that, and some are plain. But do you? I mean, you just want a good story, basically, right? But that doesn't hurt to have trick covers, right?
Well, I mean, comics are a visual medium, man. And the cover itself is supposed to grab your eye from across the room. Like, this Lion-O from my boy Fraga here. You see that on the wall, that's going to catch your eye from across the room.
Oh yeah. Was that the last DC stuff he did?
Yeah.
No, this is for Dynamite. This was
Dynamite. Okay.
This was a store exclusive for Dynamite.
I was getting it mixed up. The last thing he did for Dynamite was that He-Man series.
Yes. That was that. Yeah, he did that for DC.
First 3 issues, I think of that.
Yeah, got this signed while at Heroes Con last year.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah, break a boom, man.
I have the original.
That's my dude.
The remake of the Thundercats. Did you like the remake? I liked it.
The 2011 remake, yes. Thundercats Roar can fuck off and die. I absolutely despise that art style, and I hope to never see it again.
How do you think about the Transformer movies?
Yep.
Yeah.
How those?
The only good Transformers movie is the one from the 80s that traumatized an entire generation of children by killing Optimus Prime.
Yeah. It's 1988, wasn't it? The animated one?
It's either 86 or 88, yeah. That fucking soundtrack to this day still fucking slaps,
and you
too.
had the original voices, Decepticon,
Well, you got Frank Megatron Welker doing the voice of Megatron and Soundwave. And then the dude that did the voice for Cobra Commander is the same dude that did the voice for Starscream on that cartoon. And then damn it, what's Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime, also the voice of Eeyore.
Wow, that's mind
blowing. Didn't he
just
pass away recently?
Peter Cullen? No, I'm pretty sure Peter Cullen's still kicking.
Okay, I thought I heard somebody that, oh no, wait, it was the dude that was doing Batman.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy passed a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Not Kevin okay. What?
Yeah, nobody will ever have a Batman voice quite like him.
That's true.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry. David Keith, what was he doing as far as the voice work?
David Keith.
He was doing something. He was
I don't remember.
Black dude from the Thing. I'm talking.
Oh, was he in that? Was he in that Fantastic Four movie that didn't do good? Or
maybe I don't remember.
Okay.
No,
I'm thinking of the Black.
Keith David.
Keith David, that's it. Not David.
Yeah, he did the voice for Spawn.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he's still around. He's still alive. Keith David is still alive.
All 3 seasons of that HBO.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear it. I saw something about him dying just recently.
Mandela effect.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's one of them things.
Keith you were thinking of Toby Keith or something.
Toby Keith. Why did he die?
I don't know.
I wouldn't miss him anyway. I'm not a big country music guy.
Yeah, I don't listen to country at all. Can't.
Yeah, Luke and I agree on that one.
It grates on my every last nerve.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't. Oh, you remember back in the day when that stupid electric slide was everywhere? You couldn't go out to a bar without that fucking thing coming on the radio. And every girl in the place would jump up and say, I hated it. I hated life.
No, I just there's a reason why I don't listen to the radio. I haven't listened to the radio since like the early 2000s, really.
Yeah. I'm talking about when you were out in the clubs, it's like we used to go out and do jam nights and gigs and stuff, and between us playing, they'd play the fucking electric slide, and there'd be a bunch of girls up there dancing and shit, and we're up on the fucking stage going, Jesus God.
Luke,
make it stop. Yeah.
You heard Shadowhawk's story, didn't you, about he got stuck with the bill for Grace Slick and her group. He got a kiss for his trouble,
Yeah,
But sounds awful.
When he was 16. Yeah.
Hey, back in the day, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Hey, if Grace Slick offered to kiss me and I was 16 back then and she was still, fairly,
Hey, she was still pretty hot. She was only in her mid-30s, I think, at the time. So,
yeah. Okay.
I was game.
I'm going to have to admit I have no idea who you guys are talking about.
She was the lead singer
Starship,
for
Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't you want somebody to love you? And White Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know those songs. I know those songs predominantly because of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but
I was going to say Cable Guy.
Well, also yes, but first Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah. That's
fucking Terry
TV
Gilliam.
shows used to turn me on.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, movies did too.
Yep.
What's your favorite Transformer, Luke?
Yeah.
Optimus.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't love Optimus? I always thought Hot Rod was pretty cool.
Hey, Bernie.
Just
I like what's his name, Scatman Crothers. He was the little Porsche.
Yeah. Jazz. He was Jazz.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like him.
Yep. I'm definitely more of a Generation 1 Transformers fan than I am Generation 2.
I don't know. But I'm not really a fan at all. I mean, I just caught some of it here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you and I are a little older, so we skipped the G.I. Joes and
But I always liked when I caught one that had jazz in it because I like Scatman and be like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, Casey Kasem was one of the. I think he was Cliff Jumper.
Oh no shit!
He was the. Yep, he was the red Volkswagen Beetle, and Bumblebee was the yellow one.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, but yeah.
And then now they turned Bumblebee into a Camaro, right?
Yeah, I kind of disavow the Bayformers movies.
Yeah, I kind of dug the Camaro Bumblebee, but the Bug is the classic.
Right. I don't know. I watched them and they were all right. I'm glad that they got Frank Welker and Peter Cullen to do the voices for Megatron and Optimus Prime because they wouldn't sound right otherwise. But I was watching whichever one had the Dinobots in it for like 10 minutes. I was watching it with my dad, because he wanted to go see it in the theater, and so we went to go see it. And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, this story is just dumb. And then at the end of it, like out of nowhere, he just suddenly develops these rocket boosters, and he can fly. And I was like, motherfucker, you've been able to do that this whole time, and you've been having a hard time getting where you're. Really? This movie's fucking dumb. I was mad. I was walking out of that movie just mad.
Wait a minute, who got to develop the rocket boosters?
Optimus Prime.
Oh, what? Really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, just this whole movie they've been trying to get away from the ship that's trying to vacuum everything up, and
right.
Optimus Prime's been able to fly this whole time, but hasn't been able to do it because there was a threat and whatever. It's terrible. Terrible writing.
Yeah. Wow.
So I kind of checked out on all of those movies after that.
Yeah, I only really watched the first one when it came out. It was all right. But like I got I think 30 minutes into the second one, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Were you ever into GoBots?
Oh yeah, I have some GoBots still. I got Psykill.
Yep. Psykill. I think everybody had that one.
Yeah, I mean, simple transformations. I have the GoBots headquarters that an older cousin of mine gave to me as well. But
cool.
GoBots actually were first before Transformers. And then Transformers showed up and stole their lunch.
And around that time in the comics was a GoBot ad or ads that ran.
Yep.
In the comics. Luke.
Yeah.
What have you picked up recently that you just want us to see, in your collection that you like, just stunning and bright?
Any new arrivals?
Artist edition, omnibus, trade paperback.
Well, speaking of artist editions, I got this amazing artist edition of Michael Golden from my homie Fraga. The last time I went to see him, Fraga gifted me this book, and holy shit, is it amazing. I've been poring over it. Awesome. Michael Golden is he's such a beast. Like, his ability is just incredible. I mean, just open to a random page here. Look. See? Look how awesome.
Good Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Golden, man.
Just the movement of his figures,
Is that... Those are 11 by 17 pages, too, aren't they?
They sure are.
You got some Micronauts stuff in there from him?
Say what now?
You got Micronauts in there?
I think there is some Micronauts in here.
And that's just Nom right there. Stories. That's his run on Nom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you got some X-Men stuff. You got Punisher in here. You got all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've only looked through it, a couple of times. I haven't memorized everything yet, but there is some truly amazing stuff in here. Yeah. This is the most recent addition to my collection, and it sits right over here, so I have easy access to it to study it all the time. But as far as books, I got Poison Elves. This is one of my favorite, actually probably my favorite indie book of all time.
I remember you talking about this a couple of years ago, Luke.
Yep. Poison Elves was, it was one of the first black and white indie books that I ever picked up on a regular basis. A friend of mine turned me on to it, and
I guess.
Well, ElfQuest, this was inspired by ElfQuest. The reason why Drew's elves have such pointy ears is because of Wendy Penny from ElfQuest.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Drew was very much inspired by ElfQuest, and he wanted to tell a more adult story with elves and fantasy and whatnot. But yeah, this is the completed edition, the hardcover. Yeah, I absolutely fucking love this book.
Yeah, I mean, you must have messed your pants when you saw this volume. And you're like, all this in one book? Oh, my gosh.
Well, see, that's the thing. I have all of these multiple times in trades, but I wanted this just because I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. You probably pick up extra copies when you go to the store and you find
Well, I picked up extra copies of the trades while I was at Heroes Con because Rob Horan, the publisher of Sirius, actually was there at the convention. And he had some unopened copies of the trades. And so I went ahead and grabbed them just because my trades are old. I got them when they came out, and they are literally falling apart on me. One of them, the spine is literally, dying. It's the glues come loose, and pages are about to start falling out.
You can watch it flaking away.
Yes, basically. So yeah, I decided to get some extra ones. But yeah, man, that's probably my favorite. Those two books, those two hardcovers, are probably two of my favorite things that I've gotten in recent memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've got a bunch of stuff that I just got in the mail. I got Reaper Destroyer in the mail. I got I got King Cryptid. I got all 13 issues in one package. I haven't opened them yet.
Reaper Destroyer.
I haven't opened any of them yet. I'm going to reach out to Joe Sontag, and I'm going to reach out to Pete and see if they want to come on for what's in the box, so I can open it together and talk to them about it. It's usually what I do. Yeah. But yeah,
there's nothing that screams entertainment like Luke, struggling with an X-Acto to open up this packing tape that's 3 levels thick.
Struggling with an X-Acto? No, I got that's what I got this for.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, yep. You not the battle axe.
No. Got to have the knife for precision, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got it. I think I'm bleeding out right now just listening to you.
That's right. It's super sharp, wicked sharp. But yeah, no, I like having the creators come on and talk about the book and what inspired it and where it came from and what it takes to make this, because a lot of people don't realize how much effort it takes to make these books. Especially when you have to figure out how to get them printed. You got to find the best printer for it. You got to get it printed. The quality's got to be good, because if somebody's going to pay a premium price for the crowdfunded edition, then the book's got to look good. It's got to feel good in the hand. It's got to hold together. I mean, it's got to be quality.
Now, I mean, give me an estimate. How many indies have you, since you've been in on scene, have you backed? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, a couple hundred, I'm sure. Yeah, a couple hundred. You know, I back as many as I can.
Well,
you know,
I asked that for a very specific question.
Right.
Editing.
Yeah. Yes.
Have you read most of those? And if you have, I imagine it screams to you needs an editor.
There have been a few here and there that
really?
could definitely benefit from an editor.
Yeah.
A good editor is worth their weight in gold. Now, a good editor is not going to take your story and turn it into something else. It's not going to try to. They're not going to try to remold it into something else. They're going to take what you have and they're going to chip off things that don't work. They'll suggest things that will work, and they'll help polish the story into a cohesive, gem. Rather than, you got to change this, and this, and basically take over your story. That's not what a good editor does. A good editor helps you take what you've already got and refine it and turn it into this pristine thing. Yeah.
Also, and I mean, this is also up to what you would basically call a proofreader, I guess. But make sure your English, your syntax is correct, your punctuation is good. There's no misspellings. Misspellings take me out of the story so quickly.
Yeah.
Overall, do you think what you backed you're kind of pleased with? I mean, has there been some real duds, real sinkers in your opinion that you've backed? Or you, because you're very shrewd, very discerning. I've
actually got a box of stuff that I've just been unimpressed with. That I've just kind of put it all together in a box, and I got to figure out what to do with it later.
Burn pile. I got it.
Yeah, well, no, not even a burn pile. Just stuff that I would maybe take to the comic shop and see if he wants to unload for me, because I'm not going to do anything with this.
Yeah,
or I might just give it away.
There's a lot of projects, especially when I first started off in CG that I backed, because I backed everybody when they first came out, man. It was your first book, you were new on the scene. I was backing you. So I've got like 4 short boxes already of just CG stuff. So I mean, I got a lot of books.
They were all like Monster MD. That's not very
not counting boxes. I've got a whole shelf full of boxes.
But yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's a lot of books, even boarded and bagged.
I mean, most of mine are in the spinner rack like this. So I got 2 of these. I have this one, and then I have another one over there. So yeah, I really like. Overall, yes, I'm very pleased with the stuff that I've bought. Mostly because I've been discerning about what I buy. And, sometimes when I wanted to back something and I just didn't have the scratch for it at the time, sometimes that worked out in my favor, because either the book didn't come out, or when it did come out, people were like, what the fuck? So, Luke, I've had to be discerning.
Luke, in your opinion...
Yeah, that's happened to me more than once.
In your opinion, what's the number one thing in crowdfunding, or maybe 2 or 3 things, that needs to be fixed in the crowdfunding community?
In the crowdfunding community, transparency of campaign. I mean, the number one thing, obviously, is communication. Communication with the customers, and being completely upfront and honest about what people are going to get. If you promise one thing on the campaign, make sure that you follow through and you actually produce that one thing. Now, before you promise this thing, make sure that you can actually do it, and that requires actually planning ahead. A lot of campaigns I've seen just kind of, for lack of a better term, half-assedly throw it out there. Yeah. That's probably a nicer way to say it, but yeah.
They'll figure
not a whole lot of thought put into it. You know what I mean?
Like a falling man. I'll figure out how to get myself out of this on the way down.
Yeah, no, No, plan for what you want to do. You know, research it. It's amazing how many problems could probably be fixed.
Prices.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, just plan ahead. You know, understand what you're getting into. The age-old saying is people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan.
Yep.
And so they fail. You know.
Let me do a Jin Saki unless Shadowhawk's got some questions.
Nothing pressing at the moment, sir.
Okay, let me do a Jin Saki. We all know that bitch. Anyway.
Jesus, what?
Hey, we got to be edgy. We got Death Metal Hero on with us.
Right.
Let me do a Jin Saki and go back to Mercenary Guild. Exactly how did you arrive at this campaign? How did they approach you? How long did it take you? You know, what were you hired to do, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, Mercenary Guild came about because Brian and company from Shattermare, they're a publishing company out of Jacksonville, which is a town north of where I am in St. Augustine. They came into the comic shop that I worked at, and they were putting together their other title, Hardly Heroes. And my first actual published work is Hardly Heroes #7, the variant cover for them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's a spicy version of this cover as well. I'm just saying. So this was my first published work, and you know, I would start hanging out with them, and then went to MegaCon in 2023, and I did interviews with a bunch of artists and writers and stuff like I did back in the day. When I used to do Last Wednesday, we would go to conventions and I would interview people. You know, my retro review.
What got you on that? You were just
doing interviews?
Thought this would be neat. Now I'll interview them and maybe meet.
No, Last Wednesday was a comic book TV show that me and a couple of friends of mine did. We were reviewing comics and movies. This was around the time that, like, you know, the first Fantastic Four film was coming out, and you know, Rise of the Silver Surfer and stuff like that. Yep. We did Last Wednesday from 2006 to 2008. We went to MegaCon. We went to San Diego Comic-Con. We did interviews out there. It was a lot of fun, man. Just because there was nothing like that at the time. We put together DVDs, and we went out to San Diego in 2007, and we handed out our DVDs. And the very next year, all of the comic book news sites had a show exactly like ours. And I do mean exactly like ours. Comic Book Resources had theirs. Newsarama had the Sack, or the Stack, or whatever it was. I think I called it the Sack because I was salty about it. But yeah, no, we handed out our DVD, and suddenly everybody's like, "Oh, well, this is a great idea." And they started, you know, this was at the beginning of YouTube. Like, YouTube was just getting off the ground. You could only run 10-minute videos on YouTube, so we had to break up our half-hour episodes into 10-minute chunks to put it up on YouTube. And then, you know, Google had their own video platform. Dude, anybody out there remember Google Video from back in the day? No,
no.
That's because Google bought YouTube like right after that. Yep. Google bought YouTube, I think, like in 2007 or like something like that, and then suddenly you could put up, you know, hour-long videos on YouTube, because Google Video had like hour-long stuff, and then YouTube had 10-minute videos, and then they bought them. And anyway, so yeah, it was a locally broadcast show. We were on a local channel here in St. Augustine that broadcast to southern Jacksonville and into Palm Coast. So cool. You know, we were actually on TV, like locally broadcast TV, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. We had a blast. I also did I was a weird movie host, kind of like Elvira or Svengoolie. Did a show called Surreal Cinema, which, you know, he tried to bring it back with me. I guess that was about like 10 years ago or something like that, and it didn't work out because you know, anyway, just it didn't work out. Didn't want to pay to have the show done, and then, you know, just didn't have an editor to edit it. So anyway, Long story short, yep, used to do locally broadcast TV here. Did Surreal Cinema, did last Wednesday. We decided to go down to conventions to get interviews just because, we're a comic book show. Why wouldn't we? That's where I got my my now famous interview with Ethan Van Sciver, which that interview is in the Comicsgate whatever it is, documentary, How to Kill a Movement.
Yeah.
It's that's me talking to Ethan back in 2007. That interview is almost 20 years old. That interview is currently 18 years old.
I watched that a couple of weeks ago, the How to Kill a Movement or whatever.
Yeah.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Whenever you have a movement like this, you're always going to have people that want to, armchair, quarterback.
Yeah.
And they want to pick things apart, but where were these people when things were being created,
Yeah. Where were you guys back in 17, 18 when all this was coming together?
And is that more important than the books? I just, it's like.
Nothing is more important than the books. No. The whole reason.
Sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
Well, it was just the whole reason why this thing got started. I mean, is because people wanted good fucking comic books. And let's be perfectly blunt here. Indie comics have existed long before CG, and they will continue to exist long after everybody's forgotten what the fuck CG was. That's the long and short of it. And I will be completely blunt about that. The whole reason why this thing got started was because people wanted good fucking comics.
Right. But
is the
other than putting out really good product, which is key if this is going to succeed. The other great thing that this has going for it that indie comics never had in the past was you've actually got a network of people you can talk to online. You can talk to somebody behind the scenes, get advice. Who's your printer? Who can you suggest a colorist that's good? And
talk to
all kinds of stuff that you couldn't do 10, 15 years ago.
This is true.
Is the momentum with the indies now? I kind of look at it this way, Luke. Mainstream media. Mainstream media is not mainstream, and they certainly don't report. I mean, it's more propaganda nowadays. You have to be selective if you really want to get the truth out there. So mainstream media as a name is sort of a misnomer to me. Same thing with mainstream comics. I don't think Marvel and DC, they've been slipping lately, the last decade.
To me, mainstream is what is readily recognized by Joe Schmo on the street. DC and Marvel are mainstream because there are these multi-billion-dollar movies that people recognize. They're recognizable brands now. Yeah,
status quo.
Basically, yes. But I mean, Marvel and DC have been the status quo for the last few decades. Again, I worked in my local comic shop from, I guess it was 2017 up until 2022.
Yeah.
No, 2015 up until 2022. Yeah, because I was there for at least 7 years. And I watched the mainstream industry just stumble, fall, and then collapse in on itself with poorly written books by people that clearly did not give a fuck about any of these characters. Straight up. I would have customers come in, and I would ask them about the book that they're reading. Oh, hey, is this any good? You seem to keep bringing it up. And they're like, yeah, I like it well enough. I have all of them, so I'm just going to keep buying it. And I understand, as a retailer, that's great. Please keep getting your pull list. But as somebody that loves comics and wants to see them be good, that's a terrible reason to keep buying a book just because you have all of them. That's banking on the collector's mentality, and that's how we end up with 40 fucking variant covers and books that nobody reads, and the stories are absolute shit.
Yeah.
Read your fucking comic books, and if you don't like them, stop fucking buying them.
Well, it's the
that's
same
how we get better books.
That people are like, it was kind of subpar, but it was better than. Look, can't we? Where's that spirit of excellence? I want it to be good from beginning to end. It's not there. People are, we'll get his $18 regardless or what. I don't get that. It's like Mobius.
Yeah.
I want a good Mobius. I don't want that. I mean, not that wasn't. I mean, the worst. I mean, it wasn't like a Black Widow, which they shot themselves in the foot long before.
Man, Black Widow should have had her own solo film in like the first phase of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, they should have capitalized on how popular the character was in Iron Man 2 and done a solo flick with her, maybe introduced Hawkeye in that, and then have both of them show up later. I mean, that was a bunch of missteps back then. The first phase of Marvel was pretty solid generally, but
she was great in the Avengers too. I mean, everywhere she showed up in that first wave or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
She was very popular. I mean, they should have gave her a movie second wave minimum.
I 100% agree. After the fact, after she's canonically dead in the MCU, we're gonna do a retro thing, or we're gonna go back in time and tell this. No. Yeah. You missed the boat. You missed the opportunity. Let it go.
What about?
From what I haven't seen it, but from what I heard, the story was not very good either.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, the problem you have when things like this become so well known is that it's a recognizable brand. People gravitate towards recognizable brands, and you get people that don't actually know anything about these characters really wanting to work for Marvel and DC because it looks good on their CV. They don't actually care about telling this good story. Hey, look what I did for Marvel. I did this for Marvel. I did this for DC. Let me write my own Netflix series.
Right.
No, like, be here to write about these characters or go away. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, man.
Hail, Immortal. And while we're at it, Vernon, hail. Mike Walters in the house. Hail. Mike.
Welcome, guys. But Devilflower, you asking me about gender swap characters and race swapping? I don't agree with it.
I mean, like in the movies, which that's not canon. That's a different universe. They say.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't care. Sometimes I can understand it, like the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, which, if you can watch the director's cut rated R, it's infinitely better than the PG-13 slop that they put out. But having Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin, I could understand that because, big dude. They wanted somebody that looked like he could actually pick Ben Affleck up and throw him around.
Right.
I think Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and then Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin is just a stroke of casting brilliance. They are both of those dudes are perfectly cast. Like, Vincent D'Onofrio looks like the comic book Kingpin. That's just fucking amazing.
And he's such a good actor.
He's phenomenal.
Nick Fury.
I love that Daredevil series, man. I was so angry when they fucking just pulled that thing for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were Netflix was losing the Marvel license because Disney had purchased Marvel, so they were running out the contracts.
I understand that part, but then Disney just buried it. They didn't, instead of putting it out on Disney Plus or whatever, they just went, fuck it.
It must be the online streaming or whatever, but they said when they bought Marvel that Marvel will remain Marvel and Disney does. And yet I go to my local comic book shop and it's Avengers Assemble with Daffy Duck, on whatever. I mean, dude, you
don't even like Howard the
Duck. Covers.
Yeah, I remember being very upset when I heard that Disney had bought Marvel because I am not a fan of Disney. I've never really been a fan of Disney, and I was not happy that Himmler Mouse had bought fucking Marvel, but is what it is. We had the first wave and a half of Marvel movies that were good, and then it kind of Endgame was more prophetic than they realized. That was the end. I've watched maybe 2 of the MCU movies since then.
Yeah,
but they said it was going to stay Marvel, and it really didn't. Eventually it got subsumed by the giant conglomeration corpo nonsense, which always happens.
Back though, the
movies.
Yeah, I mean they say go woke or we're go broke. Is that going to curtail and kind of go back to?
Depends on how much money these corporations can bleed before they have to actually make entertainment.
Yeah,
as
and
opposed
the problem
to
with
lectures.
The movies, the way things work, is the shit that they put into production 2 or 3 years ago is still going to be woke as fuck.
Yeah.
So we've got another 3 or 4 years of movies coming out that even if everything is dead and the whole attitude has changed, we're still going to be stuck with those shit movies.
Well, you know, a lot of these, you know, they're too far in to just cancel it. I mean, unless you're Warner Brothers and cancel the god awful looking Batgirl film.
No, thank God. That was a stroke of genius. I couldn't believe they actually did it.
I
they
think
bit the bullet.
I think DC in the movies has had like Wonder Woman and maybe the first Aquaman were kind of like strokes of pretty good movies, but for the most part, they went dark with their characters.
That's what happens when you have Zack
Superman
Snyder construct your universe for you.
Yeah.
Well, hell, even the first Wonder Woman was pretty dark, dude, if you think about it.
I actually never saw it. I heard it was pretty decent, though.
It was pretty decent. I mean, I liked it. The second one was god awful.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. And yet the guy that was in 84, one of the villains, is going to be Mr. Fantastic. Now.
Well, dude, that's one of those Hollywood things.
I got to get this off my chest.
Everything.
I'm over Pedro Pascal being everywhere. He was good in a few of the things initially, but just slapping that fucker in everything now, no, go away.
He's not a leading man. He doesn't have that.
Yeah. Well, it takes me out of the story
with that mustache.
Exactly. Yeah.
As Gomez.
Right? He could totally play Gomez. Yeah.
Not Reed Richards.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah.
He definitely does not come across as Reed Richards to me. Hi, beautiful. There's my lovely lady. So gorgeous.
You finally got your man on here. Yeah. It only took 1,014 episodes to do it.
Well, I also have something to talk about and promote now.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so it's just sign up still, right, Luke? Are you live yet?
No, it's live. It's live.
Oh,
I realize the campaign page looks a little sparse right now. Brian tells me that he's going to be.
Somebody drop that link because I'm going to pop out of here and go back this thing real quick.
Okay, yeah, you were starting to echo just a little bit anyway, so that'll.
Well, that's perfect timing then, isn't it?
Perfect timing.
Let's see where.
All right, I'm dropping the link in the chat for you. Mercenary Guild on Indiegogo, been up for about 4 days, I think, 4 or 5 days. Issue 1.
Yep. Launched on the 1st is when Brian dropped it in there. Thank you, baby.
You want to share it's age restricted. Can we show that on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's just the settings that Brian has for.
Can you share that
video?
Run it on yours for us. I think it'd
run
it a little.
I absolutely can. I'll actually run the video that I have on my channel. I put together this trailer, so I will.
Okay. Carrie says, "What option is cover on screen?" That's the main cover, I think, but done by Luke.
Yes, that's the main cover. Let's see. All right. Pause.
So there you go. You picked up at least one more backer, maybe a couple here.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I am very excited for you guys to see this. I've put quite a bit of hard work into it, and I'm excited for you guys to finally get a chance to see it. All right, so here's the trailer for Mercenary Guild.
In a small war-ravaged town on...
Oh, really?
Wow.
YouTube just decided to drop it for whatever reason.
How long did you work on that thing?
The book itself, I've been.
I'm making a joke because it got kicked off so quick.
Oh no, it's just I've been having issues with YouTube recently. Just stopping for whatever reason. What up, Pale Rider?
In a small war-ravaged town on a remote island, an evil once thought banished still lurks deep within the land and is reawakening. In this slowly healing community torn between two factions, An outcast band of adventurers strive to rebuild their lives and make this island their new home. As darkness encroaches upon the weary citizens, only the Mercenary Guild stands in its way.
Yep.
Join the guild at themercenaryguild.com to receive an exclusive Elven Sorceress
did the write-up for this. I actually came up with the little write-up for the trailer, and did the voiceover narration and all that. So that was all me.
That's a great logo. Carrie's confused.
Thank you.
She says, yes, I get that, but that doesn't help when looking at perks. It's not attached to any of the perk. I think you've only got one cover you're offering right now, right? And then when you go to Fund My Comic, there'll be an exclusive Fund My Comic.
There will be an exclusive cover for Fund My Comic. Kickstarter will have its own cover as well.
Okay.
I'm told. But yeah, the covers that are shown, the images that are shown on the campaign, that's the main cover, and then the I Want You from Mercenary Guild, that's going to be the Indiegogo exclusive cover. So the kind of wanted poster.
I think right now up on the campaign there's just the one cover. Is that right?
Yeah, scroll down.
Your main cover.
That's the main cover, and then underneath that.
Oh, is this a cover? Okay.
Yep. That was originally going to be a poster, but they decided to use it as the Indiegogo exclusive cover.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember when you were doing that, and I thought, well, that's a poster. That's not a cover, so they must.
Oh yeah, I posted that on my Twitter feed a while back. Hell yeah! Thank you, Shadow. Backer number 3, metal cover, of course. Yeah, those are going to be cool, man. The metal covers. I'm looking forward to seeing those.
Now, what's going to be the metal cover?
I believe it's going to be just the main cover there with the three characters.
Oh, that will look cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, let's update.
That's the main cover, and then so let's see. I can show the wanted poster is going to be the cover for Indiegogo, and then let me see if I can find
$135, 3 backers.
Woo! Yeah, the cover trade is trade A is that cover for that. Yes, and it is a physical. Yeah, it's physical. I know that they've also got digital versions of the book that you can buy. Yeah,
and variant cover, which is this one here.
Yep.
And a Virgin A cover, is that like a sketch cover? What is that?
That's basically just the image without the trade dress on top.
The image without your great logo. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes people like the Virgin variants without the trade dress on top.
And what's the trade covers bundle?
That means you'll get the variant covers all with the trade dress on it, as far as I understand.
Okay. And then we got MG1 variant cover Virgin, which is this here, I think, and then Virgin covers bundle. Okay.
So without the trade dress.
Both without the logos and probably your name on there. Retailer cover A trade bundle. I mean, it kind of gets confusing here. Metal cover. That's cool. That's going to cool because they've got swords and stuff. That's going to look cool. And, now you say metal cover. Is that like a hollow full metal?
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to have like a kind of like a brushed, aluminum type look, like brushed metal.
Brandish look. Okay.
Yeah. I believe that's what it is.
You can be drawn into the comic. How many? 5
available. That's for issue 2.
For issue 2. Okay.
Yep.
Not this issue.
Yep.
And then original artwork here. We got an original page.
And what that's going to be is if somebody orders one of those, then what I will do is I will take a page from the comic because I did it all digitally. I will print it out. It'll be a 1-of-1. I'll print it out and then I will ink it traditionally. So it'll be an 11x17 original page.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, number 3.
Number 3. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats.
Metal cover, of course. He says.
I mean,
Had to. It's Death Metal Hero. How can I not back the metal cover?
Right?
Come on.
And I'm sure they're going to be working on the campaign to kind of clarify some things on it as it goes along, Carrie. But she says cover trade is that the cover for what? And is it physical? Yes, it should. Everything except the digital should be physical.
Yep, everything except for the digital is physical, and yes, that's cover A. That is the main cover.
Cover right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's see, window share. So I'm sharing my screen. This is going to be the cover for the exclusive cover for Kickstarter, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is a piece that I did right before Heroes Con last year, and they decided that they wanted to use this as a cover for the Kickstarter campaign.
The one that was the Barbarian homage cover, is that going to be the Fund My Comic exclusive or?
Yes, that's the Conan homage cover. Yeah, that's going to be the Fund My Comic exclusive cover.
And you didn't draw that one?
No, I did not.
So that's cool. You've got like 3 out of the 5 covers that's going to be used.
Yep, that is correct. But yeah, this is and I'm not sure, but I think he's going to be putting the original artwork for this one and for the other cards up on, like, this is Bane. This is the trading card artwork. There's going to be trading cards. So this is the artwork for Bane, and then you've got Malchus.
Okay.
That's the trading card art, and then you've got there's the blue.
Man?
Well, he's an anthropomorphic beast man. He's a wolf dude that he can shapeshift basically, but he got stuck that way while on a job. He's a rogue, so he's sneaking around going after stuff, and so he got stuck that way. Let's see. I'm trying to find.
All right, we're just gonna address the chat real quick. Pale Rider, fuck you. Feline, thank you very much, and yes, I do, dear.
All right, and let me go ahead. I'll bring up Zeth here so you can see him. He is the elven mage for the Mercenary Guild.
All right.
So that is the Zeth trading card.
Wow. Okay.
And then you've all seen the Nikal trading card, which the artwork for that, the exclusive, that's the exclusive thing. So if you signed up for the mailing list, then you will get that card along with the other cards that are going to be on the campaign. So
I'm pretty sure I'm signed up, Luke. So
yeah, I'll make sure you get one, Shadow.
Now,
thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, sir.
4 is your number, Shadow, and Carrie
you're stealing my number, Carrie. That's all right. That's okay. You're back in Luke. I'll forgive you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
we got to update this thing now. Oh, we're rolling. Look at this. My God.
Heck yeah.
Talk about the project. Look what happens.
Yeah, it's amazing. I really hope that
$163 4 back.
That's awesome.
There we go.
Really hope that Brian gets the video fixed so that it'll so people can see it when they roll up.
Yeah.
Who did your video for you, Luke?
I did. I put together that video. Yep.
Nice.
When I was doing my last Wednesday stuff, like back then, I learned video editing and DVD creation and all that fun stuff. So
okay, cool.
Yep. So I've had to learn how to do it all. I've got an associate's degree in design, so I did all the design work. I did the logos and everything like that. We do have Eric Weathers doing the lettering for us. So we've got a lettering professional.
Shadowhawk called me out and said it's not all about you, Rex, but on my channel it tends to be. So looking at this, do I stand a chance, Luke? In comics, I don't know.
Hey man, this is indie comics. You can do your own thing. That's the beauty of indie comics, man. You don't need anybody's fucking permission at all.
Yeah.
As long as you're producing a book that you're proud of and that your audience wants to keep buying, keep rolling.
There you go.
I know. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. It's been a long time coming,
Wild West,
and
man.
this is just the beginning.
Yeah, do what you will. It's the Wild West.
Yeah, Omer's got me. Omer's got me doing color, which takes more time. You know,
Good.
It just
that
takes
came
more
out
time.
Cool, though, man. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, people. I mean, I think you always got to redefine yourself and show people something different. And up to this point, I've shown a lot of black and white stuff, but I've not shown my coloring and blending abilities and things like that. So that's something new. But it does take time to do stuff like that.
If only your damn camera would cooperate, so we can see them better.
No, it's this damn chicken. Anyway.
Oh, blame it on the chicken, right? Sure.
You've seen Choppy Ass Theater, haven't you, Luke?
Choppy Ass Theater?
Whenever. That's what we call it whenever.
Yeah, when we try and play something, it's like Viewmaster. Nobody cares.
Thank you, Feline. I appreciate you sending that to Brian. I was going to send him this as well. Gonna have to send him the link to last night's show because Ink had several things to say about the campaign. What's up, Dave? Good to see you, man.
Genuine Dave.
His campaign's ending. I DM'd you if you want to do a show, last minute show or whatever before it ends. Dave, get in here. We'll do
absolutely.
That. Tomorrow, early tomorrow, later tonight, whatever you want, buddy. If you got time.
Pale Rider, don't you put that evil on me. I just said that you don't need permission to make a comic book. Now, if you're going to do it featuring somebody that's actually a real person, you might get in trouble that way. I don't know, man. So don't you go blaming me for that.
None of this is legal advice, Pale Rider.
Yeah.
I know you've been busy doing commission work, doing auction items, different things like that. But you got something percolating in the background, right? A book of
I always got something percolating in the background. I was actually working on some page layouts for a new thing. I've been writing music reviews, articles for Tokame's Edge Punk magazine.
Oh yeah,
cool, man.
Yeah.
Which
Shadow
little digital magazine.
Yeah, I got
Shadow won a lifetime subscription to that.
Fuck yeah, man! This is gonna be a game changer right here.
It is
so
a game
changer. I was talking to Tokame. When did we have him, Rex? A week or so ago. Anyway,
about a week or so ago.
But I don't really do the digital comics or anything. But after the way he explained it to me, I was like, all right, you won me over.
Right.
Sorry, Luke.
For those that don't know, it's a digital magazine that comes on this credit card size, plastic chip, but then you flip out a little USB stick, and then you put that in your computer, and now you've got a digital magazine that you can read. It's got links,
device,
it's got music. You can
like your telephone.
Your phone, your tablet.
Is perfect. I can see your eyeball right through the hole.
Exactly. But yeah, this is a game changer. You've got links, you've got video, you've got music, you've got audio, all kinds of stuff, and it's got page flips just like an actual magazine. But it's digital, so you get the benefits of digital. But it's also a physical item. You have this. You can keep this on your shelf,
That's so cool.
It's a hybrid. And just think about it. Loading up one of these with a bunch of content, comic books. You want to release an omnibus collection. You can put it on here. Flip Snack. So
now you've got almost like
keep your eye on.
Like a Kindle Paper where you do the finger swipe to flip the page.
Oh yeah. It works just like any kind of digital book. It literally
so cool.
the page curls across as you read it. It's a fantastic idea. I can't wait for this to catch on.
Most people don't even know, Luke, that I've actually contributed to that already through Shay's Dan Pleagle appreciation page.
Heck yeah.
I think that was in issue 1. And
yep, that's going to be in issue 1.
Tokame was on here saying issue 2 would have probably been near out, but I guess there's been a holdup through customs from China.
Getting stuff printed, yeah. But yeah, I just turned in my first article for issue 2, and it's an album review. I'm also working on a little comic book story that will be featured in issue 2. It's a framing story for another section of the magazine.
Genuine question.
No, the link there is to the Edge Punk magazine. That Feline just posted, Edge Punk. Yeah, there's all the links to all the Edge Punk stuff. Seth's got a YouTube channel set up. He's got he's got an X account, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is game-changing technology. Being able to have it like this, because the beauty of having things physical. I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of physical. I mean, Rex's as well. You get to keep it. You have it, you can read it, you can rewatch it. That's why I recommend people buy DVDs, Blu-rays.
But I think this has an option where you can print out certain stuff from it, doesn't it?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I know of.
I think that's
coming. You have a physical. This won't be edited. You plug this into your computer. You can use the links and everything, but this will not be edited. It will not be taken away. This is once it's printed like this. That's how it is. They're not going to suddenly change content. They're not going to suddenly take anything away. So you get the benefits of digital, but you get the benefits of physical. You have a physical copy of this digital magazine, and these weigh nothing. Sending this through the mail
out to you every issue, will it? That can be added to, right?
If you get the physical, yeah, he'll be sending them out.
I mean, you download.
And I will, because I got a lifetime.
Don't you download onto the same thing there?
Not necessarily. No.
You don't.
No, he's going to be printing. He's going to be printing new ones for each issue.
Okay.
Cool. So he's going to be sending us new cards every time.
As far as I understand it, you definitely need to
I'm
double
so
check
glad
with
I
him.
talked to him too.
Subscription, I think.
Yeah, you lucked out, man.
Yeah.
Well, dude, when I got it, I looked at it, and I didn't want to mess it up, right? But when I first looked at it, I was assuming it was like, when you get a new phone and you got to break out the chip and then install it into your phone. So I was like getting ready to pry this thing out of there and freaking just crack it out. And I was like, no, I'm not touching it. Feline sent me a message, said Tokame was going to get a hold of me. Mm-hmm. And then he ended up being on the show. And I was like, oh, by the way, how's this work exactly? Because I was going to tear this thing out. He's like, no.
No, it stays right in there. That way it stays a pristine card.
Yeah.
You just flip it out and plug it right in. Yep. As far as I know, there's going to be versions that will plug into USB-C later on down the line. But right now it's USB. You can plug it into your computer. And it will work on your phone if you have a USB to USB-C converter. So all you need is a USB, and you can plug it in. Works on Mac, PC, Linux, all that fun stuff.
Luke, I'm going to be very generous because you've been very generous with us, and give you about 30 to 45 seconds tell us about Mercenary Guild, the characters, what the story's about. No spoilers, but. I mean, spoil as much as you want, but tell us a little bit about Mercenary Guild while I kind of thumb through your artwork here on the
campaign. Basically, the story is taken from an online RPG campaign that William was a part of about 30 some odd years ago. Back before we had D&D online and all that fun stuff, he was part of just chat RPG. And so an ancient evil that was banished in a goblin war is starting to reawaken again. And as you can see, goblins are ransacking and raiding outlying villages, doing their goblin thing, and it's becoming more and more frequent. The town of Saltport is still recovering from the aftermath of the war, and the Mercenary Guild, they've set up shop there, and they are trying to help the denizens of the town. I mean, granted, they want to get paid too. They're mercenaries, mind you.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
damn goblins.
they're little bastards, that's for sure. But you see the introduction of Malchus here. Malchus is, following after this dude, and he's had a bit too much to drink here, and he's gonna pickpocket this guy. And you'll have to pick up the book to. Well, actually, no. You can see the next page. As you can see, he failed in his stealth roll to pickpocket this guy, and so he's got to resort to violence.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey,
now, are there stretch goals on this yet, or will there be?
Not yet. I've been told that they're going to be doing guitar picks because the writer is also a guitar player.
Hell yeah! Oh, my wife will love that.
That's kind of down your alley as well, right? I mean,
yep. I mean, I don't play a guitar, but I do love music. Obviously,
did you?
Yeah, I play bass, Rex. I don't use this.
I did not do colors on this. We got the very talented W. Frank Walk to do the colors. And he's a good dude. He goes by Pigmacast on YouTube. And I believe it's the same thing on X. But yeah, Frank's a good dude. Met him in person at Heroes Con. He did a fucking fantastic job coloring the book. I'm super happy.
Those colors are nice, bro. That's,
Yeah. Oh, one subscription and reload the card each issue. Well, there we go.
But now you don't lose that issue, or do you have to download it?
Nope, I think it just adds to.
Okay.
So it'll just go on the same card I've got already?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
That's kind of what I thought. And then you were like, no, he's going to give you a new card every time. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I didn't know. So.
Costly. Yeah. Costly.
Yeah. It would be costly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great. You got a core group there, writers. You're one. I know Shay's one. It's pretty cool.
We Hockey is doing board game reviews, and tabletop reviews.
I got.
No. I'm saying that would be better. I will have to clarify with Seth how he's going to do it. For the.
You're saying that would be
for
better.
Edge Punk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we don't have a definite answer yet. All right.
Maybe it would have to have memory space, right? Enough
memory. You know what? Because I imagine there's only so much you can put on that one little chip, right? I mean,
right.
It's like a USB flash drive, but it's set up to where it is a thing that you plug in, and it's a program that opens, and PBR was saying. Yes, it's got page flips just like a Kindle when you're reading an ebook.
That's so cool.
When you turn a page on an ebook. Yep. It's pretty damn cool.
It's coming down I've talked with Tokamai. I don't want to speak for him, but behind the scenes several times on this for months now, and not a lot, but I mean enough to get what's going on. And I think eventually you will be able to print out some of this stuff. If you
might be able to.
Yeah.
What I kind of liken it to is the moving newspapers and stuff that you see in Harry Potter. That's kind of what this is, because we've got moving pictures, we got video. I mean, in my articles, I always include a lot of links to music videos. Music videos will play right in the actual article that you're watching or that you're reading.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yeah. But so all kinds of links to different stuff. I mean,
whenever
I do research,
kind of digital comic book. It's
got a lot more potential than just the digital.
It's a lot more interactive as well. You got,
and that's what they were going for. Yeah, they're going for more of an interactive thing. The magazine also takes place in the far-flung year of 2222. So a couple hundred years in the future. Yeah.
Well, 18 at this point, something like that.
And like Shay writes, then she can have it's linked to her YouTube channel, her merch shop. other stuff like that. Same thing with Luke.
Oh yeah, you can have all your, your whole link tree in there and everything.
Hey,
yep.
Elsie.
At the beginning, what's up, Walter? I really like the USB storage, so you can have a physical copy. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yep. Having a physical copy is crucial, especially in this day and age. I advocate for physical copies of everything. Movies that you like, make sure you have a DVD or a Blu-ray of it. That way, if the streaming service suddenly decides, we don't have it anymore, sorry, you're out of luck, you actually have a version of it.
Or Disney decides to edit out,
Yeah.
whatever.
Like Crocodile Dundee. Apparently, they're going to be releasing a 4K upscaled version of it or whatnot, but they're going to be editing out a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
that's
apparently
offensive.
Hanna-Barbera first released Johnny Quest on DVD, and then I bought the Blu-ray, and that both were official releases from Hanna-Barbera. But the Blu-ray said the uncensored version. The first I didn't even know was censored. And all it is like a lizard guy falling off but
people used to die in Johnny Quest.
Talking him, things like that. That they felt was inappropriate. I'm like, what the hell? When you're censoring, I get it with some of these dated cartoons that have been banned or put in the vault, never to be seen again.
What, like all of the Bugs Bunny old Looney Tune cartoons that you can't find anymore? Like all the classic stuff.
You can find them. You just got to know where to
you
look.
can find them, but you got to actively look for them. There's nowhere that's playing them anymore.
Comics in the house. There we go.
What's up, Brian? How goes? We've been talking about the campaign, man.
Yeah, and
people want to be able to watch the video at the beginning of the page, and they're a little confused about the covers and stuff like that. Don't be trash talking her juju, Pale Rider. Yeah.
Carrie says, I appreciate the reasonable shipping to UK costs with Indiegogo campaigns because I always want physical over PDF.
Yeah. I totally understand. Yep. I'm very much like having a physical book in hand to look through. The only time I really enjoy digital is when I'm going somewhere, because I can take my tablet with me and have like an entire library of stuff, an entire run of books.
Traveling or something, it's convenient. Yeah.
Do you sniff your books?
Oh yeah, especially the older ones.
I always do.
One of my favorite things about going into the comic shop in the morning, like when I was working Fridays and Saturdays, when you first walk in the store, the smell of the ink on the newsprint, the paper, like just old books have just a wonderful smell.
It's also a little bit of mold.
I know.
Those books are breaking down,
Yep.
I'm gonna kick him. He's ruining my smell-a-thon.
Dude, I don't care. I suck that shit in.
I don't care either. I'll
open up an old 70s comic book, and the first thing I do is stick my nose in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. Definitely a collector's thing. It's a you get the books, and you got to smell them.
Yeah. Oh God, I love it. Like when you open up a long box or even a short box that you haven't opened up in a long time, and you get that comic books. It's like,
exactly. I mean, just there's a memory associated with that smell. Like in the late 80s, early 90s, going into the comic shop and just that smell.
Oh yeah.
All right, jump in, Brian.
Jump in here. I put the link there in the chat for you if you want to jump in. You got anybody has any questions about things and what you're going to be updating and whatnot? Sure.
What's up, Billy? Welcome.
Hey, Billy Powermax in the house.
Which Billy? Billy Powermax is here.
Welcome to the show, Ethan Van Bryan.
Hail, Billy.
What the?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I didn't know if that link was for me or not. I'm sorry. Hopefully, but
that's why you threw it in the chat so you could jump in.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Look, good. I didn't want
white nipple. I'm crashing your stream. Also, I would put my video on, but I'm driving in the car right now. So.
Well, there you go. Overall,
Just pay attention to the road, then, Brian. We don't.
Yeah, as long as you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, if I can help answer any questions about the campaign, and I've got to update the rest of the graphics and everything. I just wanted to make sure we had something live for MegaCon. So I just kind of slapped everything together. But I'm still going to go in, and I think we already hit our first stretch goal for $100. Really? So yeah,
oh, sweet. I think that
is that the guitar pick?
Yeah, it's. I was just talking to the writer William before I hopped in the chat, and he wants to do. I think we're going to do bookmarks and coasters.
Nice.
But cool. Guitar picks. We're going to do some cool Mercenary Guild guitar picks for one of those stretch goals. So, awesome. But we want to surprise people.
Yeah,
Brian, what? You got a musical background. What did you play? Guitar?
Yeah, I played a little bit of guitar in college. I went to music school for production, so I was trying to do like engineering, and so I learned guitar, like I guess mostly jazz guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's partly my background. I mean, I don't get to play anymore, so I probably stop. But I can still
like a D&D background.
Yeah, I started playing Dungeons & Dragons when I was 13, and I've been playing ever since. Unfortunately, the editions are getting shittier and shittier as they go, but yeah.
All the more reason to have physical books. That way they can't edit the digital stuff you have.
There you go.
Yeah, we were going through storage, my parents' storage, and cleaning stuff out. And my mom kept all my old like 3.5 D&D books, so I've got those now. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. My old player's handbook.
Yeah, I bet they're well worn, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I got them secondhand too, so who knows what's inside there, you know?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, it's the chance you take when you open an old book, right? You never know what kind of funky disease might be lingering in there.
Oh, you're about Luke's age where you know got in on Thundercats and Silverhawks and G.I. Joe and all like that.
That was a little before my time. I was growing up I was more of like a Power Rangers kid, and like the Spider-Man Saturday morning cartoon. That was really good.
Fox Kids, probably X-Men.
Yep, the X-Men, the original X-Men '93. I did watch. It was like Spider-Friend. It was him and Human Torch. That was cool. Their adventures. So, and then a lot of the anime era, where like all the anime started coming and taking over Western entertainment because modern media companies apparently suck. So
have you read some manga? Do you enjoy it, or is that sort of not in your lexicon?
I've read some. Yeah, I've read some. It's a little weird. You got to get used to like the backwards, like reading.
Yeah. It's almost like you went. That's kind of like Hebrew,
right. It's like similar but different. We're.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, here's one for you. Is this one of your first projects, Brian, or have you been doing this for a while?
So as far as the comic stuff,
as far as the comic stuff, like crowdfunding campaign, the whole.
So I had never worked in the comic industry until we started the company and developing our first book, Hardly Heroes, in 2021, around the pandemic.
Okay. And Luke told us in a little bit about that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and we, it was just like one of the original guys that was in the company. We're all buddies. We had this D&D crew, and one night after one of our sessions, we were talking about it. There's definitely whiskey involved, but we were joking around talking about, why don't we do something with this campaign. You know, at that point, it's been like 3-4 years that we were playing, and you know, even before I joined the group, they had a good like year of content, and so we, you know, that partly like to honor the original DM. I didn't get to meet him, but he ended up dying of cancer. So that's more my business partner Kyle's
where did
part of it.
Did your company name Shadowmare come from?
Okay, so Shadowmare comes from an inside joke from our group. So we were trying to come up with a cool name for the company, and like something unique, you know. So if we can trademark it one day and whatnot, and it's literally the mare part comes from this character's horse. Like he really liked his horse, and the horse hated him, and he lost the horse one day. And so that we wanted to do kind of like a pun on Dark Horse. And so the shatter part comes from this spell that one of the guys, the other players, would always cast. It's called Shatter. It's like a thunder. Yeah, it's like a lightning thunder spell in the newer D&D, and it's just like an AoE damage. But it's really good. But he would just do it all the time, like for no reason, even when the situation never called for it. He was just like, I'm just going to shatter. And we're like, you fucking asshole, you hit like 3 of us too. He's like,
yeah, like think about the collateral damage. All right.
Right.
Well, since you're new to crowdfunding comics, dude, and I want you to, you're going to have to get used to this because it's just the way it goes. I just backed like 40 minutes ago. Why don't I have my book yet?
Oh my God.
You got to look at the fulfillment date, bro. I put May 2025.
It don't matter, man. You're gonna have people hitting you up every day, going, "When's the book coming? How come I don't have my book yet?" It's just gonna happen.
When are you launching on Kickstarter and Fund My Comic? Do you know yet?
The plan is to have those live at the end of this weekend. So once I get all the graphics updated for Indiegogo, then I can pretty much just port the campaign over to those. I mean, it'll be a lot of copying and pasting, but I'll have everything set up. So that's my goal. And then I'm gonna
your little icon here.
Oh, the company logo.
Yeah.
I found a guy on Fiverr early on, and I think he usually does logos for like Twitch game streamers. But I liked the design, so I said, "Hey, just make our horse out of this, our thunder, lightning mare." And I think he did a pretty sweet job. So that's what we decided to go with.
Where do you go?
Got a big ass banner with that logo on it as well. You can't miss it from across the room. It's just this big teal thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, you literally can't. People are like, "Oh man, you guys have this giant banner." It makes us look way more professional than we actually are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a good thing.
Sometimes
what are you drinking today, Luke? What do you got in that cup?
Coffee.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Black
I thought
coffee.
you were going to say mead.
Some of that.
No, I'm currently out of mead, but I do have. And I've told everybody about this. I love this thing. Feline gave this to me the last time I went up to visit her. It's called an AirPod. Obviously you've seen them in gas stations and whatnot. As somebody that drinks coffee all fucking day, this is the most brilliant invention in the world.
Pump it, right?
Yeah. Well, I can brew a couple pots of coffee, and then I can pour it in here. This fucking thing keeps my coffee hot all day long. I don't have to keep the coffee pot on, and it doesn't burn my coffee. It's amazing.
Dude,
it's fucking amazing.
I gotta have.
See, Shadow gets it.
Yeah, that's the type
that
of
would
thing
make my
they had for the continental
workday
breakfast when I
so
went to
much
Florida
easier, dude.
At the Marriott, they use those things.
I mean, you gotta understand. Look, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I get home at 3:30 in the afternoon. So, like, I need as much fucking caffeine as I can have during the
I just really like coffee.
I do too. But yeah, I need the caffeine.
But yeah, that thing keeps my coffee hot all day. I don't have to leave the coffee pot on. It's fucking fantastic.
Now, I've got respect for you just for saying black coffee because, I mean, everybody used to drink it black, but now I want a frappe, latte, give me ice in it and give me some caramel and chocolate. I don't get it, you know? It's like, why don't you just make some sugar?
All right. Well, I'm gonna admit I'm a pussy coffee drinker. I like all the good flavors and shit.
Okay. If you want to.
I still brew my coffee strong.
Yeah, you gotta build up your tolerance, but
I can drink it
nice black coffee is perfect.
Just, I prefer to have it a little sweeter. But if I had to drink it black, I will.
See, I used to do cream and sugar. I used to do the flavored creamers and stuff like that, and I moved to just half and half. But yeah, over the course of like hanging out with Feline, she got me to drop the half and half, and I actually find that I like black coffee better. It doesn't feel quite so heavy sitting in my gut, and I can drink it all day.
Yep.
And plus, it's there's no calories in it. It's basically like tea.
You're not even having any sugar.
I drank.
I don't do any sugar.
Black,
oh wow!
And I started out. Don't ask me why. I can't even remember the reason why. A couple of years ago, I started putting in like lemon slices and then lime slices, stuff like that. And I no longer do that. But I put in a spritz of lime juice and can't hardly drink it black. I can, but I prefer it with a spritz of lime in it.
Interesting.
I know that's weird. But,
well,
you get your vitamin C, cuts down on the mucus in the body. It's a hot toddy in the morning. It's got a sort of semi-cinnamon smell to it. I like it.
Yeah,
I tried the same thing.
Did you really?
I've also heard a little pat of butter in your coffee.
Well, that's bulletproof coffee. You can do the same thing with coconut oil, especially if you're doing keto, which is what I've been doing.
Okay,
put a little coconut oil in your coffee, and it'll give your body a little bit of fat to
overall, how much
keep your hunger away.
Lost over time?
Nice.
About 50-60 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
No shit, that's awesome,
yep.
bro.
Yeah, once you cut out sugar, you just need a little bit of fat and you're good to go. Like you need a little bit of sugar, but you could just eat fruit.
Yeah,
yeah. You get the sugars from your diet.
There's more natural sugar.
Yeah.
Shortly, Luke is going to be the new singer for Metalocalypse.
Well, back in the day, they had a whole Shadowhawk. They had a whole
brutal
series, which mimicked, Death Metal Heroes parallel living here now. It was called the Thin Man series. So, that's I don't know that he's big boned. I don't know that he'll ever be quote thin.
I don't think he's gonna
I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2" and I'm broad shouldered, so I don't know if I'll ever be necessarily considered a thin man.
You got that Viking blood in you,
I do indeed.
He's just a wee lad.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I run across somebody that is actually taller than me.
Yeah.
You're like a half inch taller than me. And
I'm like 6 feet, so usually when I meet somebody that's taller than 6 feet and I actually have to look up, it's like, fuck.
Welcome to my world.
Because most of the time, if you're 6 feet tall, you're either looking everybody in the eye or you're looking down. You rarely have to look up.
I'm not from Northern Europe, but my family is. Got Hessian blood and Viking blood.
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. Yep. Sweden, Denmark. Yep.
Have you done a DNA test?
Got the Viking blood.
No, I don't believe in giving any of these fucking corporations my DNA. They can go fuck themselves. I know where my family comes from.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. That's my only
See,
reservation.
dude, I'm adopted. I just assume what my DNA is made up from by the alcohol that I prefer.
Yeah. So I totally understand that. Hey, I've got a proclivity for Scotch.
I'm assuming German and Irish is pretty much my...
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm ever doing one of them DNA tests. Fuck you.
Before I forget, Luke, I am not connected with Chad. I subscribe to him. I don't think he does me, so I can't. And Chad Townsend will be on with us, Black Phantom, tomorrow on
Yeah,
tomorrow's
yeah.
show. If
cool.
I send you the link, can you send it to Chad tomorrow?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Because
Yep.
either that or have him follow me where I can send him a link. So
Right.
or something. I couldn't get a hold of him.
I mean, maybe he can message you if I remind him to message you. But either way, yeah, if you send me the link, I can send it to him to make sure that he has it.
Well, I just want him to get the link, you know. I'd hate for him to show up in the chat and I have to get it from there. But, you know, that's always an option.
Hey, make it work however you can, right?
And he's also got like a website, too, that I could send it to, but I'm not sure how often he checks in on that. So, Edwin in the house.
What's up, Edwin? Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you.
Hail the ace.
Hey,
that's right.
Well, we're going to get out of here. I know these guys got things to do. Brian's driving. Luke, thanks for finally, you know, coming on. And I know this has been in the works for a while. And
yeah, thank you for having me on, man. This was a blast.
How can people find you?
Anytime.
Feline merch coming soon. Her
channel. Her website is underway. But currently, if you want to check out all the cool stuff that Feline is doing, then you want to go ahead and subscribe to her Instagram. Let's see, I got that link here.
Okay.
Let's see. Yep. That's where all the pictures of her stuff is right now, but there will be stuff on her website, which is going to be flyingfelinedesigns.com.
And she does wood burning.
That's right.
Oh, Luke, here's
laser
a good
engraving.
For you. If I order something before Friday, do I still have time to get it here before Valentine's Day?
You would have to talk to her. Depending on what it is, probably.
I've been looking at a lot of her jewelry, so.
I mean, if it's something that she's already got done, for sure, she'll get it shipped out immediately.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to ask her to make anything custom and have it that quick.
No.
You know.
She does do custom work though.
Does she post the Instagram? I'm not sure.
Yes, she does post on Instagram. Yeah. That's where she posts most of her stuff currently.
Yep, that's where I see most of it. Yeah.
Brian, you still there, brother?
She'll get it out tomorrow. There you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, awesome.
Brian,
sweetheart, I'm going to come.
What do you want them to know about Mercenary Guild?
Wait a minute.
Oh, man. Find us you can find us this weekend at MegaCon if you're in the Orlando area. We'll be there. But everything else we've got on ShattermareComics.com. Like you're saying, we just launched the Indiegogo, and shortly we'll have Kickstarter and Fund My Comic for Mercenary Guild issue 1. We're very excited about that. It's been in development for probably the past year, Luke. We've been tightening that up and getting everything ready to go. So that's like 85% done. Really, we're just doing the lettering. And that book is done and in the can.
Line work is done. Colors are done, and we're just waiting for the letters to come back from Eric Weathers.
I hear you're going to win an Academy Award for long links. Long links.
Jace.
And one more question I wanted to ask you, Luke, and you don't have to reveal your source if you don't want to. Who's doing your metal covers? I know our good buddy Justin Belmont has started doing that kind of thing, and also Phoenix Press has been doing that for a while.
Well, that would actually be a question for Brian. He's the one that's taking care of that stuff.
Oh, okay, Brian. So and again, if you don't want to reveal your source, that's perfectly fine. I was just wondering.
No, it's no problem. I think it's either between. I think it might be Phoenix Press. So I've reached out to the guy a while ago for Hardly Heroes metal covers, and I was looking for a time to pull the trigger on them. So I was like, oh, this would be perfect when we're doing issue 10 and Mercenary Guild crowdfunding, because the guy I was talking to before is in Arizona, so it's either them. Or
I think that's Phoenix.
That's Phoenix.
But also,
someone put me out,
just in case, I don't know if you met Justin or not, if you're familiar with Belmont, but apparently he's got the capability to do that as well.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. If
Belmont Press on X.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get it to you. I mean, yeah, the more
and
options we have, the better.
He's a good dude, man. He's very much a part of the community, very active. He's got the Pencils Down campaign, if you're familiar with that, going on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He just had a new baby girl too, so I'm trying to drum him up some business, you know.
Well, Brian, Luke, don't be a stranger. Feline, good to see you. I knew you'd show up. You know, I mean, makes jewelry, wood burning, all types of stuff. Very talented lady. Check her channel out every Tuesday, starting at what time, Luke?
It starts at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
our time.
Eastern.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We hang out and we talk about things for a little bit. Have a beverage, and then it's on to trivia.
Doom.
Make you cry.
One last story. Feline got mad at me months ago. I said, "Can I get?" And maybe that's how I phrased it on X. I said, "Can we get Luke and Brian?" Or I think Morb. I think I said Morb. You know, to come on the show. And she said, "You're trying to steal my co-host." I said, no, I just want them to come on and talk about their book, Mercenary Guild, you know. So I'm glad we got that straightened up, you know.
Yeah.
I used to drop in for trivia and loved it every Tuesday till I started doing this show at this time. So unfortunately we overstream each other. I actually overstream her. She predates me. So, you know,
that's right.
I hate to miss it, but you know, something happens, I get sick, I'll be watching this trivia, you know.
Absolutely.
And all that.
Yeah, every day except for Tuesday, I'm pretty free.
Even though I co-host with Rex every Tuesday, I try to slip into the trivia when I can.
Yeah.
It's appreciated.
Try and come in and say hi, and if we don't, it's just because we're busy.
Oh, I usually hang out and answer a few questions until I get frustrated because it's the trivia from hell.
That's right.
Is that why I've been having difficulties with you on Tuesdays? Damn it! I should have known.
Mm-hmm. It's Feline's Hurt Feelings Trivia. Leave your feelings at the door.
No doubt.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to get out of here. God bless everybody. Thank you, Brian. Don't be a stranger. Luke, don't be a stranger.
Absolutely,
I'll see
man.
you again.
Thank you for having me.
Lord willing. Thanks, everybody.
Love you, Luke. I'll hit you in DM soon.
Take it easy.
Absolutely, dude. Look forward to it.
Collecting and reading good books.
That's
Tell
right.
Jason I'm going to be hitting him too. Hell,
I will.
Goodbye.
That's right.
We love you.